Hey, it's Barbara, and I'm here with another episode of Keeping It TC in the Kitchen. And this time, I'm going to demonstrate a crustless pizza. This is my new favorite thing to make because it's low carb, it's gluten-free, and it is just delicious. I've tried all kinds of gluten-free pizza crusts, and some are better than others, but this is just the very, very best. And I'm not sure why, but it tastes like a crust. I don't know how it works, and I don't care how it works. I'm just glad that it does work that way. So before we get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about our new stones coming out September 1st. And I'm really not supposed to tell you about this until September 1st, but today is the only day I have to do this, so it was now or never. So you're getting a sneak preview. Our new stones, and I've got one right over here I'm going to show you, have been reformulated so that they are dishwasher safe, which doesn't do me any good because I don't have a dishwasher, but they can also be put into a preheated oven. And that's really, really important because with this recipe that I'm going to give you for the crustless pizza, the oven really does need to be preheated. So if you have stones, and as you can see, this is a new stone because it's just as white and clean and fresh. I haven't had a chance to season it up yet. If you have stones and you don't know which ones are your new ones and which ones are the old ones that cannot go into a preheated oven, the new ones have this neat grid. I'm going to get up close so you can see. See there? This neat grid on the backs of them. So if it's got a grid like this, you can put it in a preheated oven, and you can also put it in the dishwasher if you are so lucky to have a dishwasher. So here's the news. Here's one of this is a great big stone. I'm not going to use this for the demonstration, although I did use this one for my pizza last night, and it was so good that I'm going to make another one today, but on a smaller stone. Okay, so I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to tell you this as well. I have a friend that owns a pizza place, and she brought me a pizza, and I couldn't eat it because I can't eat carbs. Well, actually, I can't eat gluten. So the next time she said, well, I'll bring you a crustless pizza. And so I was afraid it was going to be one of those cauliflower crusts, which everybody loves but me, because I just don't like them. I think they smell funny, and you know, I'm kind of allergic to the cabbage family anyway, so, but it wasn't. It was this crustless pizza that she made just with a cheese for the crust. It is so delicious. It is just delicious. And I said, tell me how to make that so that I can make it myself. And this is what she said to me. She told me how to put it all together. And like, she owns a pizza, and she's the owner of a Gaddy's, and she told me that she puts it in her oven for 5 minutes, but her ovens are great big and they're really, really hot, so I don't do that. Also, our new stones can go up to 550 degrees, and the old stones can only withstand 450 degrees. But I have adjusted this pizza recipe for me, and I use 450 degree oven, and it is preheated. My oven is already ready to go, and now here we're going to go with the. We're gonna get right to it. I'm so excited. This is so delicious. Okay, now I'm gonna actually move us this way, and I'm gonna have to reposition just a little bit. I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it. The first thing I want to show you. First of all, let's put our gloves on because we're actually handling food. I ran out of my black nylon gloves, so I have to use these cheap ones, but at any rate. With this pizza recipe, you need to use parchment paper, and because that's how the pizza lady told me to do it. Now, once your stone is really seasoned, you might want to take a chance and do it, but I love this pizza so much, I don't want to take a chance on it not coming off the stone. So I do it just like she said. I use parchment paper, and then you need to spray the parchment paper with some oil. I like olive oil. This is our kitchen spritzer. As you know, if you've seen any of my videos, it's one of my very, very favorite things. So we're going to pump that up a little bit. And we're going to spray the parchment paper. Okay, release it so it doesn't clog up, and we can just store that. All right, we're going to use mozzarella cheese, and here's the thing. You just take the mozzarella and stick it right on that parchment paper, like that. And spread it out into a little circle. Okay, now I'm actually going to move the phone. I'm going to take my glove off for just a second. I'm going to move the phone with the camera over here so you can get a better view of what we're doing. I'm never going to get those gloves back on. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get this up here like we had earlier. Still a little hot. Okay, I think that's good. We're going to stay right there for just a second. Okay, I'm going to try to get these gloves back on. Oh, that one went right on. Okay. So I've spread my cheese out into a circle, and you don't want it like a big mound of cheese, but you want to make sure that the parchment paper is covered. You don't want holes in there. All right, now, just because I'm a cheese lover, I'm going to add just also a little bit of cheddar cheese. I don't want a whole lot of cheddar cheese, just a little bit because I like that flavor. Okay, then you put on some Parmesan cheese. I think Parmesan cheese is what makes pizza tastes like pizza. If you leave out the Parmesan cheese, it's just missing something. So we're going to just sprinkle some of that on there generously. I get so excited. And now we're just going to go ahead and put whatever kind of toppings you want on your cheese or on your pizza. We're going to put it right on top of the cheese. I'm going to put a little bit of pepperoni on here because I do like pepperoni on my pizza. So I'm just going to put just a little bit on there. Okay, 10. I count everything. Okay, so there's 10 little pieces of pepperoni on there. And then I love sausage on my pizza, so we're going to put some sausage. And if you are new to the kitchen, I should tell you that you always cook your sausage before you put it on the pizza. Whether it's a crustless pizza or a regular pizza, if you put raw sausage on a pizza and stick it in the oven for 5 or 10 minutes, you're all going to get sick with food poisoning because that sausage won't cook up. Okay, I like a generous amount of sausage on there. And then one of the other things that I just absolutely love are banana peppers. So I'm going to put some banana pepper rings on here. I also like onions on my pizza, but I didn't have one sliced up, and I just wasn't in the mood to slice one. So we're just gonna go with banana peppers instead of onions. I don't want that center in there because sometimes those are a little hot, even though they're supposed to be sweet. Okay, now this is the tricky part. The next thing we're going to put on is the pizza sauce. But if you put a lot of pizza sauce on it, it gets too runny. So you just want to drizzle some on there. So let's get the pizza sauce. You can use whatever kind of pizza sauce is your favorite, but I like Prego because it says right on the bottle that it's gluten-free. And that makes me feel safe. All right, so now I'm just going to take a spoon and just sort of drizzle it like that. And I've never been one to really like a lot of sauce on my pizza, so this is just perfect for me. I don't like it when it's all loaded up with sauce. However, if you like a lot of sauce, you can have some sauce on the side to dip it in, which is what my daughter does sometimes. Okay, now you see we just drizzled that on there. That's plenty. We're going to put this in the oven now, so I'm going to remove my gloves, and I'm going to move the camera. Pardon my big hand there. And now my big face. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to place this in a preheated oven at 450 degrees. Okay, now here is the really neat thing. Once that comes out, I'm going to cook that for about probably 10-15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put 15 minutes on the timer. But I'm not going to make you wait for 15 minutes to see how it turns out, because this is just too good to wait for. Hold on just a second. I'm going to hit my timer. Okay, now, when it comes out, you have to let it cool a little bit before you cut it, because it's just melted cheese. So if you don't cool it a little bit, then it's just going to be like soupy, stringy, and I guess you could eat it with a fork or a spoon. But if you want it to be like a pizza, you're going to let it cool for a little bit. So I took a tip from the Galloping Gourmet and Julia Childs, and yes, I'm old enough to remember both of those. And they probably still do it on cooking shows, but I don't watch a lot of cooking shows. And I actually cooked one before I started this video. And it's done. So let me grab it. Now this, I'm going to slide this. Let me, hold on just a second. I'm going to put that stone that we were demonstrating. I'm going to put this on here so you can see exactly what I did. Alright, we're going to get in closer here. Let's just say if your pizza has just come out of the oven. Now this is what it's supposed to look like. See that? It's supposed to be all melted, and that coloring in there is the pizza sauce that we drizzled. You don't want your cheese to get real brown, because if it gets brown, it's going to have a scorched taste. So we're going to put this right back up here, and I'm going to show you the neatest thing ever. Wait, before we do that, let's go back. Let's go back. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is another one of our new items. Oh, goodness. I got to get, there we go. Okay, this is another one of our new items, and I am so excited about it. And when I first saw it, I thought, I will never use that thing. And then I learned about the pizza without any crust, and it's perfect for it. This is the pizza peel, and I don't know if you can see this. It kind of tapers down a little bit. So if you've got an actual pizza in there, you can just slide it in there and pull it off. But if you're going to use the pizza peel with the Crustless pizza, I highly recommend not forfeiting on the parchment paper, because look what you can do. Now we're going to move it back over there. Okay, hold on. All right. If you leave your pizza to cool on the stone, it will take a little while, because the stone holds the heat so long, and so it'll take a while to cool. So you just take this lovely little pizza peel and stick it under there, and it just slides right up like that. Perfect. All right, now let me get this out of the way. Now we've got our pizza, and this one has been cooling for about maybe 10 minutes or so. It doesn't have to cool quite that long, but it doesn't hurt it if it does. Okay, so now we're just gonna, and I've just got an old, this isn't my Pampered chef cutter, because it's in the sink with my other dirty dishes, because I already made one of these. All right, so now we're just going to cut it. And you can cut it into little triangles, or you can cut it into squares. And if you're really talented, you can cut it into any shape you want. But I'm just going to do the traditional pizza. Now watch this. Let me make sure my edges are... Here's one with good edges. I think I need... Oh, here it is right there. All right. Now watch what you can do. Unbelievably, you can pick this up. It even looks like... That looks like crust. That looks like... Okay, I'm just going to say it. It looks like Giovanni's crust. Look at that. Look at that. And it holds its shape. And it is delicious. Now, I'm licking my fingers. That's why you should wear gloves. Okay. Now, all right, now. Back over here. We're doing a lot of movement with this one. Okay. Now, let me make sure we're pinched out. Okay. Here is the pizza. No crust. It looks exactly like a piece of pizza. Look at the back of that. Look at that. It looks just like pizza crust. And it, I don't know how, but it somehow tastes just like pizza crust. I'm going to close that. Ready? It's the taste test. This is my favorite part, especially this time because I've had this and I know how delicious it is. It's so good. You can put any toppings you want. This is just pepperoni. I made it for my daughter, but I'm going to go ahead and eat a piece. Mine's in the oven. That's it for this episode of Keeping It PC in the Kitchen. If you have anything you want me to show, comment below, and if I have it, I'll show it. Also, I'm going to put the recipe for the crustless pizza in the comments. Thank you. Have a great day.